Hello, Collective. Wendy Joy. I don't know about you, but I've always had an inner knowing that I had a lot that I needed to accomplish and that there was a time crunch around it. But I could never put my finger on it. Like, I always tackled everything head on. I always took the bull by the horns, thinking that this was what I was intuitively led to do and it would fulfill me, and it never did. It always left me desiring more, like thinking, knowing that there was something still missing. And as I went through life and I tackled everything head on and I stood in strength and courage through every situation that came my way, whether it be a person, a place, a thing, a mindset. I tackled it thinking that I would feel something in the end that would be beneficial. And I'm only just realizing that when I stopped rushing through life, when I stopped running to get to the finish line, and I started to slow down and actually focus on me for the first time in my entire life, that different opportunities and other doors, are presenting themselves. Windows are flying open, walls are being demolished right in front of me. And what I always felt was a barrier or an end, I'm beginning to realize that there is no end and there is no bound feeling really in the spiritual world. It's only in the 3D world. And that could be for a lot of different reasons. I've also come to find that our past lives, seep into this life that we're currently living, leaving like breadcrumbs and clues about the type of entity, the type of light being, the type of divinity that we wanted to cultivate in human form so that it would help us evolve to a higher stature, level, vibration, frequency in the upper realms. And when we grow and develop and we ascend in the 3D, right? And we help our higher selves, show themselves. And then when we mesh together, right? When we embrace our higher self and we embrace the divinity that we have within us, and we, at some level within us, leave the 3D, right? I mean, we have a physical body. We have to be, on the planet, and we have to be able, like gravity has to keep us down. We can't be floating around. But our spirits will be that much lighter and will make us feel like we're floating, even though our feet are on the ground. And then when we can embrace the I don't want to say the lower aspect of us with the higher aspect of us, but when we could evolve on the 3D plane in such a manner that it broadens our mind and it opens and widens our heart and allows emotions to flow, right? Not only does that help clean out our body and keep it, pure from by purging, right? Either through laughter or through tears, or, try to stay away from the anger, but you can purge that way too. But you also need to understand that if you purge through anger, then it's going to leave traces of resentment. So the traces that you want to hold on to are the things that bring you joy and bring you happiness, that are helping you walk through your 3D existence, allowing you to soar to reach your higher version of you. And blind faith will take you from here to there. And I know I walked right into it. I pulled up my big girl pants and said, okay, let's go. And I headed right into. And I'm a very quick learner. And I absorb information. I absorb everything, actually. Energy, good, bad, or indifferent. And I have been able to perfect the abilities within me to transform any energy that does not serve me, that may have been absorbed by me, right, by my energy field, trying to lessen the world of, hate and add more love, right? I do that all the time. However, what it's also allowing me to do is to focus where I need to accomplish right here, right now, that's going to lead me to the betterment in my future. And when I stepped onto the path of blind faith and I started boldly walking, absorbing all the information that I was receiving, it started to connect all the dots from my inner knowing, the pieces of me that I may have brought from my past life over, like my desire to help people, to nurture, to love, to protect, warrior, actually, has been stated quite a few times. And also that I have the ability to not so much save souls, but help souls navigate their way out of the darkness into the light. And you have to be a willing participant. And you may think you're a willing participant on one level if you're stuck in the shallows, but sometimes when you're in the shallows, your resistance is so low that you think that stepping up the ladder is actually stepping down the ladder. And unfortunately, sometimes you can have an attachment. Several, actually. Could several dark entities or dense, energies, if you will attach themselves because they see a temple that they could invade, almost like the Trojan horse. And they could take it over and have it do its will. So if you feel that you have an attachment and that you are being somehow forced to do something or act a certain way that makes you like feel bad for a second, but then go right back to like basking in whatever negativity, thinking that it's a rush in a high when it's really a rush to the low. And it's clouding your judgment and it's not letting you determine what is truly up and what is truly down. So if you feel that you have an attachment, please reach out and let me know, because I can, try to help you with that. We could see what it is that might be looming over, around, or upon you in some way, shape, or form. And usually it stems from a childhood hurt that you haven't gotten over. It usually starts when you're quite young and you're unable to determine or decipher what positivity is against negativity, because it could be possible that you were misguided or you had misguided thoughts and they were not really straightened out, or corrected. And that's no fault of anybody at all. Not who may have, raised you or been friends with you or you had a relationship with or, is part of your family. It's not your fault. Unfortunately, good people are magnets for negativity because negativity thinks that it could knock positivity off of it considers it a high horse, but really it's not. And as long as you realize that anything is possible, and that if you rebuke against any attachments that may have been formed, intentionally, not intentionally, knowingly, not knowingly, you'll have a better chance of ridding yourself from whatever might be following you. And the process will be hard because it's going to keep pulling you back to what may have seemed comfortable in the past, even though it felt wrong. Because you could feel wrong and still feel comfortable. It's your body's way of telling you that you should reconsider the path that you're on. And it's your intuition allowing you an opportunity to change your direction, to pivot, to adjust. And that can definitely start with the willingness to see that there's something maybe within you, behind you, looming around you that is trying to pull you back. And once you can identify that, then you have more control to be able to make a choice. And then with determination, motivation, a whole lot of love, you could stay true to the positive choice, and every day it'll get easier and easier. And I know this. I watched people walk through this. I've helped people walk through this. I've also seen people that were afraid that the illusion kept pulling them backwards. And unfortunately, you can't save somebody who's not willing to be saved on any level. So, don't try to force a situation, even though it might be the best situation for that other person, place, thing, or mindset. Take baby steps and do what you can to show your strength and your courage. And in turn, hopefully, they'll have enough confidence to make that step into the light, to leave the luminous behind, and to allow balance and harmony to fill their life and elevate their road. Until then, my lovely collective, whatever it is that you do today, may you walk a path that feels right and that does right. And if you need help along the way, I'm always available. My lovely collective, love, light, positivity, always from me to you, every day.